This morning we have two call-in interviews that we're going to do. One is with the interim president of the Bar Owners Association, and he will be talking as it relates to the front page here. Delinquent barmen threatened with cut in supplies, no rules, no rum. That's the headline on the front page of your paper this morning. So we'll have the interim president of the Bar Owners Association, Mr. Teran Mohan, who will speak with us at 6:30 this morning. At 7 o'clock, we have a call-in interview again with two persons as it relates to the demerit system. Now, I spoke to the Minister of Works and Transport over the weekend. I spoke to him on Friday. Like I said, he's one of the ministers that does answer his phone. So he spoke to me on Friday, and he put me on to the director of legal at the Ministry of Works and Transport. This is the person that would have dealt with the demerit system firsthand. All right, so we'll have a chat with him. His name is Mr. Marvin Gonzalez. And inclusive of Mr. Marvin Gonzalez, we are also going to speak to Officer Brent Batson, who is the road safety coordinator for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the person at the helm in terms of the traffic offenses and so on and so forth. So we're going to deal with those two call-ins and get some information out there to you. I have some questions to ask on behalf of the public to those two gentlemen concerning the demerit system, and we're going to deal with that at 7 o'clock. Over the weekend, I was also out with Mr. Monroe at a hamper drive that he had going on Saturday. You know, regardless of the inclement weather, we're out there, and he was doing the work in the community. So we have a little footage of that, and we're going to show you at the end of this first hour. Look out for that. But before we get to all of that, we want to get into the Newsday this morning. On the front page of the Newsday, Dad says, "I want justice for my son's killing," and Indigenous prayer, where the Queen of the Warao Nation, Donna Bermudez Bovell, kneels in prayer on Sunday as she and others gathered in Port-au-Prince to renew their call for the removal of the statue of Christopher Columbus. And then you have on the side, delinquent barmen threatened with cut in supplies, no rules, no rum. That's the front page of your Newsday. We want to get straight into that very quickly, all right? Because I want to deal with the footage of this police killing that took place over the weekend as well. And when I deal with that, I won't get into it yet. We just show you the footage. But I did organize with Acting Inspector Pitt to see what information he could get. So on Wednesday, we could address that. So on page 3, no rules, no alcohol. This was the warning sent on Sunday by the TT Beverage Alcohol Alliance, the Trinidad Hotel, Restaurant and Tourism Association, and the Bar Owners Operators Association of Trinidad and Tobago to errand bar owners who allow breaking of public COVID-19 regulations at their establishments. Now, their warning came a day after the Prime Minister warned that bars which do not obey the public health regulations to prevent the spread of the virus will be shut down on Monday. So they had their press conference that they held yesterday. Now, we're going to talk to the interim president of that association in just a little bit. So we'll take a hold on this for now. But we'll also hear, just before that interview, what the Prime Minister had to say over the weekend on that. And we'll take a look at some of the footage that was released over the weekend as well. One video was done at Nari's in Barataria, Morning to Nari, and I heard that he spoke to the media, and he had his reason, or he had an excuse for what took place outside his establishment. And we'll talk to the bar owner, interim president, about that as well. Now, cruise ship workers to be quarantined again. The Ministry of Health has decided not to discharge cruise ship workers from the enchantment of the seas vessel. Instead, they will be moved to a state quarantine facility to be monitored by another short incubation period beginning Tuesday. Funeral today for PNM Tobago Council Chairman Lee to PM. What's true state of energy? And I think a lot of people would like to know that. What is the true state of the energy sector in Trinidad and Tobago? I'm very interested to find that out. I don't know about the rest of you. And I said it, you know, through this whole fuel gate matter. And there are other things happening with that particular matter that I'm surprised has not made the paper yet. But we'll get to that this week, okay? But I said it, the energy sector is a sector that people in Trinidad and Tobago do not pay attention to. And because we do not pay attention to it, God alone knows what takes place in that sector. God alone knows. Okay? When it comes to deals being made, mismanagement of public funds, you name it. God alone knows. God alone and those involved. And we don't pay enough attention to that because we don't pay attention to things that we don't understand. And that's our downfall. Our position of not wanting to find out what we don't understand. And the faster we do that, the more we'll be able to hold politicians accountable. All right? Cop kills 3 in Mova. Dad says, I want justice for my son. What was supposed to be a day of celebration and festivities for Sterling Jacob quickly turned to grief as his son Joel Jacob was among 3 men shot dead by police near the family's Juman Drive Mova home on Saturday afternoon. We have the footage of that. We'll show you the footage of that, and then we'll get into the conversation with Acting Inspector Pitt. I don't want to jump to conclusions or, make any premature statements on that. PCA probes triple killings. Footage from a home security camera near to where police shot and killed 3 men in Mova on Saturday has surfaced on social media, leading to some speculating that the footage may contradict the police's account of what happened. All right, and in the video, 3 SUVs with police officers drive past a Nissan Tida car on Juman Drive, and the driver of the gold Tida hatchback pulls aside, and the police vehicles stop behind the car. And one of the occupants of the car emerges from the back seat with his hands in the air, and the police appear to be speaking to the driver of the car and the man who got out. And moments later, someone inside the car lowers the right back window, and it appears an object is pointed at the officers. The police react by shooting. We'll take a look at the footage. Crown Point man shot after a party. Crown Point resident, Joni Redmond, was shot in his leg after a gunman tried to rob him of his gold chain after a house party at Jacama Drive in Mount Irving around 4:40 a.m. on Sunday. And there's a picture of him there with I don't know if that's the gold chain that the guy tried to take, but he has a gold chain on. Man shot dead in Piti Valley. Amendments to the Domestic Violence Bill provide protection to the voiceless. Well, there are some, while I welcome the Domestic Violence Bill, there are some things there that I needed a little clarity on, and I did message the Attorney General on it. I will see if I can message the Minister of Communications here, Donna Cox, who is commenting on it. I think she was commenting in the Senate last Monday. Yeah, she commented in the Senate last Monday. But, I really wanted to talk to the Attorney General about this. So I'll see if I can call him, okay? Because there's another bill in the paper this morning where South lawyers write the AG, pause land bill debate and hold talks. The Assembly of Southern Lawyers has written to Attorney General Faris Al-Rabi on the land bill currently in Parliament, warning it could negatively affect the ease of doing business in the real estate market. And Al-Rawi, in piloting the miscellaneous provisions, Registrar General, registration of deeds, conveyancing, and law of property, real property, stamp duty, and registration of title to land bill. The name of some of these bills. All right? Said the legislation takes aim at schemers and corrupt attorneys seeking to swindle people through fraudulent land transactions, and the Assembly wants the Attorney General to put a pause on further debate so that consultations can take place. Well, we'll see if those consultations take place. But the Domestic Violence Bill, I'll have to read up on this bill, but I have done a little reading on the Domestic Violence Bill, but there are some things in there I just need a little clarity on. Ministry, apply for plant import permits. The Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries has made a plea to people importing or exporting plants to get the required legal documents and permits to do so. All right. I wonder if that includes all plants. Plant, anyway. Plant-like substance found. Okay, that's a headline on page 7. 12 Venezuelans held and gun and ammo seized. Those are some of the headlines on page 7. Columbus has to go. The Warao Nation Queen on bended knees says Columbus has to go. And I've been wanting to tackle that Columbus thing, and I just haven't had the time, and I don't have the time either today. Farley says keep politics out of village councils. Penal house collapses, family of 5 out in the cold. Now, there is a man who, one of my viewers, I don't want him to think that I forgot him, he sent me some photos of his house, and he wanted me to come down there and see it. But he sent me some photos of his house, and the photos, his house is being undermined by water, okay? And he is saying, he has reported this to WASA, and so on and so forth. But I have to get the specific information, but I don't want him to think that I forgot him, okay? I'm well aware of the situation. I think I'm not too sure if I send the photos or not, but I'll deal with that this afternoon when I get home. UNC candidate says politics should not be a dirty game. That is UNC general election candidate for Samoa Barataria, Saddam Hussein. All right. He said politics is a very hard game, but it should not be a dirty game. And he made the point at the party's on the ballot virtual campaign meeting last week. And Hussein made no reference to any incident of dirty politics, but he was recently the target of a social media post making an allegation about his sexual orientation, which he has reportedly denied. Oh boy. Parliament heads for recess. The Parliament is expected to hold its final sitting this week before it takes its scheduled fixed recess according to Standing Order 11 and subject to Standing Order 13 of the House of Representatives, unless there are urgent or extraordinary reasons for doing so. No sitting of the House of Representatives shall be held from the first week in July to the first week in the month of September in any year. And with the recess coming this week, I think that people have this expectation that the Prime Minister will reveal the election date. The bell will be rung and the silliest of seasons will begin. I am waiting to see if that happens. But I think we could be headed in that direction based on some of the things I've seen taking place, like the SCA being in August and starting of school in September, because remember they're going to use the schools. It makes no sense in having, to me, this long period of children have been, away from school. When school does reopen, I don't think they'll want to interrupt any particular Monday that the children should be out of school for election purposes. Okay? Sando waterfront launch, no election gimmick. Now I want to deal with this, but I'll deal with this tomorrow. It'll give me some time to deal with this. This waterfront project down in San Fernando that is starting, and it says no election gimmick. I'm looking at some of the contractors that are being given those contracts. I want to see if it's along the lines of contractors who were given contracts for the Red House and the President House and some of these other projects. Okay? So I'll tell you what, we got to take a break, and when we return from that break, we will take a look at the footage of the police killing that took place in Mova. We will hear what the Prime Minister had to say about the bar owners, and then we're going to touch base with the interim president of the Bar Owners Association on the phone line and get a little more information on their position as it relates to some of the things that have taken place at the bars over the weekend. So stay tuned for that, and we will be back after this.
Unique Woodworking Trinidad Limited and Unique Lumber Guyana Incorporated are premium manufacturers and exporters for high-quality wood and steel doors, bifolding sliding and pocket door systems, operable louver shutters, hardwood floors, staircases, and decks. We specialize in bank counters, office furniture, cabinetry with granite countertops, and over 500 architectural molding designs. We provide complete outfitting for hotels, resorts, hospitals, banks, tertiary institutions, condominiums, and residential projects. We also supply kiln-dried greenheart, mahogany, cedar, and teak lumber locally and regionally. Our logs are cut and shipped by Unique Lumber Guyana and properly dried in our computerized kiln at our factory's facilities in Trinidad. For over 32 years, our products have been standing strong, and we are committed to providing after-sales support. Visit our showroom or check out our website at www.uniquedoors-tt.com. It's the quality that makes us unique.
July is here, but times have changed. The advent of COVID-19 brought with it a number of adjustments in the way we conduct ourselves. And in September, students prepare to head back to school after 6 months of being away. A major interruption in the learning process. But this year's challenges for back to school extend far beyond the usual. The economic landscape in many cases make it impossible for some parents to provide the most basic and necessary items for their child for back to school. So, for yet another year, the team at Synergy Entertainment Television introduces our Adopt a Student initiative. For the last 3 years, through our relationships with guidance counselors, social welfare, public assistants, principals, and teachers from across the country, we are able to identify not just the students in need of support and assistance, but those with a special spark, a drive to achieve despite their circumstances. This year, with the support of viewers, corporate sponsors, and other philanthropic individuals, we intend to provide 40 students from across the country with books, uniforms, and a personal tablet or laptop for back to school. As always, throughout the campaign, the focus is on the student and not their negative circumstance. We place special emphasis on their interests, ambitions, achievements, and goals, as our intention continues to be to ignite opportunities for growth and development rather than implement yet another charity drive. If you wish to support this initiative, then join with us. Adopt a Student today. For details, contact us at 285-9036 extension 200 or email admin@synergytv.net. Adopt a Student. Become a part of the solution by making an investment in change.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Planning an event? At Reality of a Dream, we have everything to make your event memorable. Corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings, providing you with top-of-the-line transportation and service on your special day with a beautiful Mercedes-Benz car and driver. Our venue includes a majestic entryway which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 persons dining and making way for the wonderful well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo. At Reality of a Dream, we have a must-experience modern bar facility where guests can sip and socialize. We have now included our brand new fully inclusive Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat where you can stay the night or weekend overlooking the entire area. We provide secured parking for guests, and the tables and chairs are included for all events. So call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue in San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Welcome to Steamy Clean, a fresh new way to have your vehicle cleaned using 100% steam inside and outside. Located at number 141 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, Steamy Clean is ultra hygienic and the newest way to sanitize and keep your vehicle looking great. Eliminate odor, freshen upholstery, steam clean vents, remove bacteria and allergens. Steamy Clean uses only eco-friendly products, so have the child seat cleaned and protect baby from dust, germs and viruses. Steam clean and shine your vehicle's exterior or steam wash your engine. They also offer professional and reliable underwash services. It takes just 10 minutes for the exterior and another 10 minutes for the interior. Steamy Clean, the all-in-one car cleaning stop. Check them out at number 141 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Find them on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube or call 221-9274. The newest way to clean is now the best way to clean. Steamy Clean, open Sundays to Sundays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Green Dot, we're making it easier for you with the all-new G-Dot customer portal. Get 24/7 access to your account from all your smart devices. View your account status, see your active services and hardware, view your balance, pay your bills, set up recurring payments and more. Simply visit gd.tt today and register with your account number and email address to access this service. The all-new G-Dot customer portal. It's just one of the ways Green Dot is making it easier for you. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
All right, so we're back. Now, just before we get to our first call-in interview this morning, we're 6:25. Like I said on the paper, on page 5, cops killed 3 in Mova. And Dad says, I want justice for my son. And some of you may have seen the footage. Now, we're going to show you the footage here this morning. And then Acting Inspector Pitt, you'll get whatever information he has to gather between now and Wednesday. And we're going to find out what took place here, or what went on here, if these guys were suspect in the killing of a police officer. That was some of the news that came out yesterday. But take me to the footage.
This is the vehicle in which Cody Alves and another man known only as Warlord was traversing in when they were confronted by the police this afternoon, and they were shot and killed in an exchange of gunfire. Mr. Alves, according to residents, celebrated his birthday today. He, along with Warlord and another person identified as Joel Jacobs, were killed by the police in a shootout at Juman Avenue, Movan. According to the police, the 3 suspects were alleged to be involved in the shooting death of Constable Alan Mosley, who was killed around 3:30 a.m. off the old main road in Movan.
See camera footage from the person's house, from one of the residents' security cameras, and this was the footage that was released to social media. And Alan Mosley is the officer that was killed a little bit earlier on that morning. And the Commissioner of Police and the TTPS did say that, you know, one is not necessarily connected to the other. The first incident with the killing of the police officer is not necessarily connected to this. Now, this is what happened here, because I read an article in the paper yesterday which spoke to that. Now, they stopped the TIDA, as reported here, and there is someone that came out, and I think it's the Mr. Jacob, Sterling Jacob, who was well, it was 3 of them that were shot, and all succumbed to their injuries. All right, now, just keep following the footage for a little bit here. Because I had always watching the footage and I was kind of confused. And then the next question was, you know, I wonder if any of the officers have on a body camera, which I'll ask Acting Inspector Pitt on Wednesday. And I think he'll let us know, he'll let me know if he's going to be in studio or if it's going to be via the phone line. But if it is in studio, it will give you the opportunity to put your questions to the Acting Inspector. And there it is. That's, yeah, the shots were just fired there. Right, so that, I think we reached the point where, right, this officer that's walking back here is the one that would have done the shooting, at least from what the video footage is showing. All right, now, in the story this morning, Jacob, Israel Clinton, and a 3rd man identified so far only as Diamond was shot dead by officers of the Interagency Task Force and the Guard and Emergency Branch, and police claimed one of the men was armed with a gun and shot at them. However, Jacob disputed this account given by the police in an interview with Newsday on Sunday. He claimed his son was unarmed and did not deserve to be killed. And Jacob said his son was not known to be in any criminal activity, and he is confused as to why his son would be sought by the police. And he said, quote, I worked as a principal for many years at the Maraval RC school, and I've helped a lot of young people keep on the straight and narrow path, and I even had good relations with the police. But this year, what happened to my son, Jacob said, was just not right. He is calling for a thorough investigation. Now, even if you go back to the footage, I mean, if anybody shot at the police, there would have been some sort of movement. But when I look at it from time the police walk around and he went to the back of the vehicle, the one who fired the shots. I mean, if a shot was being fired at the police, or if someone pointed a gun at the police, there would have been some sort of action that should have been, you know, that would have been taking place amongst the numerous officers that were there. So there are questions that will be asked as it relates to this incident, but we'll talk about that with Acting Inspector Pitt on Wednesday. I will come back to this footage though inside the second hour and give you the opportunity to have your say based on what you've seen there. But the video footage and the account by the police will, I mean, a thorough investigation has to be done. All right? Especially with the way things are in the world today, where the police service is under a lot of fire, no pun intended, in terms of brutality and, you know, things of that nature. So, a lot of sensitive, you know, situations taking place with the police service. Not that they have to tiptoe around criminal elements, and we all want criminal elements brought to justice, but that footage there that was released on social media, it begs some questions, and we'll leave it at that for now. In the meantime, it is 6:30, so I'm going to make the call to the interim president of the Bar Owners Association, who will speak on this issue of the bars not abiding by the restrictions laid out by the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Prime Minister's statements on Saturday during a press conference. As a matter of fact, we want to take you to those statements by the Prime Minister. This is the bar closure clip, and then we'll get to what took place at Nari's over the weekend as well. I believe that would have been on Friday. So take me to the bar closure, and I'll get Mr. Mohan on the line.
Right now, there are two issues in front of us, and both of them are two B's. One of them is two B's. One is border, which will remain tightly managed, and the other is bars, which I will close by Monday. If the reports coming to me are the same reports that came to me today and last night, people have opened bars and are doing exactly what we stopped them from doing when it was closed, because what they're doing now is exactly what we asked them not to do. And I would love for all of us to be able to have a drink and to socialize and to hug somebody or to see them for a long time. But what is happening now is exactly the environment to create community spread. And if we continue to do that, in an environment where we may have the virus in our population, we too will end up like Texas and Florida, and we will not be able to survive it without far worse consequences. So, to preserve what we have earned through thick and thin, and at great cost, if it is that we have to prevent you from having a drink by the bar, we will do that. And I would also have to ask the Minister of National Security to ask the police to enforce the regulations. We are playing fast and loose with our success and our good fortune. There's nothing more important now to the people of Trinidad and Tobago than to be responsible and try to preserve the health environment that we have during this pandemic. Why are we going to do things that we know will harm us so that we too can join the numbers of countries that are failing? Because you know, if you fail, when the health system is not able to cope with the number of presentations. If people are coming to your hospitals and you can't cope, then you know you have failed. In Trinidad and Tobago, our health system is in good shape, but let's not sit about to test it. So I'm appealing to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to be responsible. I'm appealing to the bar owners to allow your businesses to remain open. Because if your enterprise is an area where people are behaving in such a way as to threaten the well-being and the livelihood of the rest of the country, the government will have no choice. The government will reluctantly have to go back to where we just came from. I'll watch it for another 48 hours before we make a decision.
All right. On footage like this that came out, you could run it without we don't want for the audio, but we just want the visuals. This is the Naris footage. And this was uploaded to social media on Saturday. So this apparently was a Friday at Naris. Look at it. All right? This is what was taking place. It's crazy. So footage like this was being circulated on social media. And of course, the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the authorities, they got wind of it. And that would have led the Prime Minister to make the statements that he made, and rightfully so, because he did say that bars would be able to open, and they did specify the restrictions, but this is just ridiculous. Now, Naris was interviewed by the media, and he said that the crowds that were there, they were outside his establishment in the road, and he has no control over that. So you understand the difficulty. But this is the usual thing at this particular bar. I mean, I used to live right there on that street, right there by that street, right in St. George's Court, that street that it does pass there. I used to live right on that street. So this is the norm, right, by Naris. Now, how does Nari as a bar owner control that? Because he doesn't necessarily have to sell to these people. They could walk with a cooler and have it in a trunk and chill out outside there, you know. Although I'm not saying that that's the case, because I know a lot of people come to lime outside there in the road. They go into the bar and they buy their drink, they purchase their drinks, and they go out in the road and the lime. Now 2355325, because Mr. Mohan, I've been trying to call him during the break there, and I haven't been able to get on. I haven't gotten an answer from him. So 2355325. We'll take some calls from the public about their thoughts on this, because a lot of people amongst the population were having conversations about this. And in their conversations, they were coming down pretty heavy on the bar owners. And some people, even last night, I was having a discussion with one of my Facebook followers who, inclusive of that, seem to think that they should shut down bars because bars are responsible for alcoholics and drunkards and people going home and beating their wife and all kind of thing. And it was a very interesting discussion that he would take the position of just targeting the bars. Because if you're saying to shut down the bars because of alcoholics and what comes with that and the breakdown in the family home, then we have to move to shutting down Carib, Angostura, all manufacturers of alcohol. Then we have to find places of employment for all the people that they employ, and so on and so forth. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Stephan.
Yeah, morning. What do you think about the situation with these bars?
Yeah, we're going, they're talking about Carnival next year. What do you expect the people? People don't know that they don't know COVID, so let them go and enjoy themselves.
All right. All right, cool. 2355325. So we'll take some calls from the general public here. 2355325. Morning.
Hello, good morning, Stephan.
Yes, morning. What's up?
I want to ask the Prime Minister why he would take the same approach to lock down the border from all them Venezuelans from coming through the back door. Is the same corona, the people coming in here with the spread right now? Venezuela's fested with corona.
Okay. All right. Yeah, South America's been COVID-19 cases are on the rise in South America. That's true. We're going back to the phone line, 2355325. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Stephan,
yes, sir.
The most important thing is testing. You had people inside for ages and then let them go outside. What is going to happen? You're not testing anybody, but you're penalizing people. It's crazy. Stephan, right now, you don't have no testing in Tobago.
Okay.
So what are you really doing? If you test, you will know who have it.
Okay. All right, cool. No problem. Thanks a lot. Tobago raises a good point, the lack of testing. Where testing was supposed to be, I have said it already, you're supposed to test at least 3% of your population to even establish a curve. We have tested nowhere close to that. We've tested somewhere like 0.20% of the population. So there is no way for us to even establish where we're at with COVID-19 cases, or where the curve, or if we even had a curve. But putting that aside, they have managed the situation, and they have said, okay, listen, we're going to roll out these phases of easing out of the restriction period into starting businesses and the economy back up and running. And with that ease comes certain restrictions that everybody has to abide by. So, rolling out that and saying bars can open and setting out the restrictions, and then to see this madness, if you go back to the footage by Naris, I mean, that was a ridiculous amount of people out there in the road. And I understand Nari saying, listen, that is outside my establishment. And I don't know, because the person didn't record inside to see how many people were inside. But how does a bar owner control that? And do we have to police everything? Do people not understand the situation, the restrictions? Do they not understand that they put the bar owner at risk when they come out and they lime like that outside the bar owner's establishment? Hello, good morning. Is the bar owner supposed to call the police and ask the police to disperse the crowd? Morning. Hello? Morning. Oh, yeah.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Stephan.
Yeah, man.
Any supposed to be wearing mask still when you go the road?
If what?
I say, and we supposed to be wearing masks when we traverse the public road?
Yes, yeah. They say wear a mask when you're going outside.
So how we could wear a mask and drink beer at the same time?
No, well.
Eh?
Well, that's the next thing.
I see a news reporter show a man with a zipper. A man have a zipper and a mask. He open the zip and he drink the beer and he close back his zip. Are they really serious in this country?
Okay. All right, cool. So 2355325. That's the other thing people have been talking about. The whole mask. The rule of the mask and the wearing of the mask, and then the bars are open, but you go to a bar to Lime, how are you going to wear a mask if you're going to consume alcohol, you know? I guess it's the same with restaurants and so on and so forth. How you go to a restaurant to eat, you know. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Stephan.
Yeah, morning, man.
Stephan, I agree with the Prime Minister for that, you know, but here what happened, he have to weigh the scale. The scale must be balanced properly. When it had all them protesters in the savannah, even though they got permission to protest, right? Why it is when they see the situation worse than that outside the bar, the commissioner, and Rowley did not advise the commissioner or the army or whoever to go and shut it down immediately and send home everybody. Right? Why he don't put first preference in protecting the border and see just the carcass and around Trinidad and Tobago with guns, ammunition and all them things, and when some coming in without being quarantined or anything like that. You have to balance the scale on both sides. You can't be shutting down one here and you're having a protest. Why? Because everybody protesting white man. Point about it. Look, people.
All right, cool. I understand your point. 2355325. We are 16 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. Now, I have another call-in I want to do with the general manager of Synergy TV, which I think I should do before the first hour. Then we have the footage of Mr. Monroe and the hamper giveaway that we're going to end this hour with. All right, and that is going to take place in just a few moments. But I'll squeeze 2 calls before I call our GM to tell us about a new program, a 4-part program that will start on Wednesday, I believe it is. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stephan.
Yes, good morning.
I'm just calling to say I totally agree with the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
It was really ridiculous just watching all these errand bar owners, especially in St. James. Like I said, it was like carnival. If churches, casinos, everybody else can follow the rules, why must bar owners be exception? Now, I know there are the few bar owners that are causing this confusion, you know, and I know it's unfair to the other bars that are following regulations.
Right.
I mean, and it's just common sense. All these bars, the people are spilling onto the pavement. They're dancing, they're partying from day one. And it's really unfair. I think that the Prime Minister should shut down the bars. That's my contribution because...
Okay. All right. Well, I think shutting down, well, you see, it's a matter of Peter paying for Paul, and Paul paying for all. I think shutting down the bars, I wouldn't move to shut them down. I think what should happen is based on information that comes to the government, whether it be via social media or otherwise, whether it's residents in the area making a report that, you know, there's a ton of people lying at a bar in this area and so on and so forth. There should be some sort of penalties incurred, rather than shutting down all bars, because you have to remember that this sector hires about 20,000 people. So we're talking about 20,000 people going back on the breadline. And these are 20,000 people who would have been out of work since the 16th of March, who received absolutely nothing in terms of salary relief grant or unemployment relief, because they shut them down on the 16th and then they tell you you only qualify from the 19th. So these are 20,000 people without an income since the 16th. God alone knows how they made out. Okay? So there has to be a way to do this a little more fairly to the people that are abiding by the rules. So I'll take one more and then we'll get to the general manager of Synergy TV. 2355325. Take one more and I'll have Obi on the phone here. And then we have the footage of the hamper giveaway, the community work on Saturday. Morning.
Hello, Stephan.
Yes, good morning.
Right. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I want you to understand what I'm trying to tell you here, Stephan. Listen to me. What does seatbelt do?
What is?
What does seatbelt do?
I'm not picking up.
What does seatbelt do?
What do seatbelts do?
Yeah.
A seatbelt will save your life in the event of an accident.
Right. Good. Right. I don't mind the Prime Minister saying close down the bar. 90% of Trinidadian population adhere to laws and regulation. The next 10% don't. Look at what's going on with marriage. You cannot blame marriage. You have to forget what the other people didn't do is what you do that count. If you want to save your life, you would save your life. Trinidadians do not adhere to law. They like the slavery thing where massa always has to be there. For you to put on your seatbelt, what's saving your life? Like the first thing you do when you walk in your vehicle, they don't put it on. As soon as you see a policeman down by the corner, you're pulling it on.
Okay.
If this is the stigma that we have in this country, police have to be telling you what to do and what not to do. We cannot live like human beings. That is my take.
All right, cool, man. No problem. Thanks a lot. All right, so thanks for your calls and your comments. And we'll of course, take calls and comments throughout the course of the morning. But I have a couple other things that we have to get on dealt with. So let me get the general manager of Synergy TV on the line. And he has some information about this new program that's starting. And then we'll close the hour with some positive vibes with that hamper giveaway and the community work done by Mr. Monroe over the weekend on Saturday. So here we go. Let me see if I get him on the line here. Hey, morning.
Good morning.
Hey, yeah, morning, Obi. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, nice. So tell us about the program on Wednesday and what it's about.
Well, a fantastic program this morning. I really enjoy what the callers have been contributing so far. Trinidad and Tobago and indeed the world has been going through a whole level of upheaval. Over the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of activity coming about, particularly as it relates to the whole Black Lives Matter situation. Now, when we looked at what happened, particularly in Trinidad and Tobago, where we actually had members of our Trinidad and Tobago nationals actually jumping on board with the Black Lives promotion and becoming very active in protesting, joining the U.S. with the protest. Whilst I supported the initiative, it started us thinking, not just me, but quite a few relevant Trinidadians about the entire process of Black Lives awareness in Trinidad and Tobago. And you know, there's a saying that says you should dance here before you dance abroad.
Right.
So the thinking was, okay, given the fact that we were willing to step out and support the initiative that was happening in the U.S. and all over the world as it relates to Black Lives, let's take a moment and take stock as it relates to the Afro-Trinbagonian, because we have quite a few internal challenges. Now, the unfortunate thing is as soon as we start a conversation like that, there's a sensitivity that seems to arise because people seem to think that you're taking a racial position when you're talking a pro-race position. We've got a number of different groups in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, the Indo-Trinidadian, the Afro-Trinidadian, and the list goes on and on and on. And we represent quite a large portion of the population. However, we need to stop and take stock amongst ourselves as to how proactive we are with regards to our progress, our development as a people. And so we decided to launch a four-part series that will indeed be a conversation. A four-part series that will begin this Wednesday and continue every Wednesday for 4 weeks. That will be a sit-down with a group of learned Afro-Trinidadians from different parts of the society to really talk about what is happening internally with us here in Trinidad and Tobago. The theme of the presentation is Black Lives, the Trinbagonian Conversation. It will begin, of course, this coming Wednesday. And as I said, 4 parts. The first part, of course, this Wednesday, we do a basic report, the state of the Afro-Trinbagonian, from the early days of post-colonialism, if you want to take it there, straight to the present, an overview of our progress, complications, advances, and the impact that we have had overall. The following Wednesday, we want to get into business, the Afro-Trinidadian in business, the inroads that we have made in the local business landscape, the challenges, the successes, and most importantly, the attitude of successful Afro-Trinidadian business owners towards the growth and development of our people, and how we've couched that whole situation. In our third installment, we'll analyze the institutions that have been forged for the unification and progress of our people. Have we really been able to unite? Do we work together? Do we build with each other? Do we play well? What is our progress status overall? And in the fourth installment, of course, we deal with that simple line in our national anthem. Every creed and race finds an equal place. But we want to analyze the options that exist and have a real discussion on the way forward for Afro-Trinidadians. Are we taking the opportunities? Are we working towards it? Because if we can become proactive with something as big and as important as what happened in the U.S. with regard to Black Lives Matter, are we applying the same level of enthusiasm, interest, and action as it relates to the progress of Afro-Trinidadians? Are we helping ourselves here? Are we supporting each other? Are we igniting situations for growth and development as a people? We have, we've been very careful how we do. We have other races in Trinidad and Tobago, other ethnic groups that work together well, that have been building platforms, that are developing. And once we make a lot of noise, and once we jump on situations because it may seem popular at the time, are we really actually coming together as a people to be progressive and to develop and to grow? So we're going to have an interesting panel. We're going to have a promo coming out later on today that will introduce the panel to you. Every episode will be a discussion first, and then we're going to open up the phone lines to the public. So we're hoping that we have a certain amount of public participation and dialogue, because it is more than time for us to come together and begin a conversation. It is more than time for us to become proactive as we try to see how we can move the development forward. Mr. William Monroe has been very proactive in this particular situation. We know his history in Trinidad and Tobago as a businessman and what he has done. So we've asked him to be a part of it. We've also targeted quite a few other individuals. I speak his name because I think he's the most established individual. But I think that when you get a chance to meet the panel, you would realize that the entire discussion is one that we hope could be progressive, that can be impactful, and hopefully really begin the process of us understanding and realizing, because these are things that exist but we don't talk about.
Right.
And we have to stop and realize sometimes that whilst we have such a passion for getting involved in causes from an international perspective, we have to realize in Trinidad and Tobago what we are doing, how we are progressing as a people, and what impact we've had and the changes that we need to make as we tread our way forward. And more than ever, with what has happened in the world between COVID, between the Black Lives Movement, and looking at the economic state that we have to relate to going forward, it is important for us as Afro-Trinidadians and Trinidadians in general to start that process, to begin the exercise. So this Wednesday we start things off, Black Lives, the Trinidadian conversation, from 8 o'clock and continuing for 4 Wednesdays, a 4-part series on Synergy TV.
All right, nice man. We look forward to it, and I know the audiences as well. I think everybody should join that discussion and have a constructive discussion, on that particular topic moving forward, for the betterment of everybody.
Amen.
All right, so thanks a lot. So that is Mr. O'Brien Haynes, the General Manager here at Synergy TV, telling us about that new program that's coming up on Wednesday. You could look forward to it at 8 a.m. from Wednesday. And it will take place Wednesday, and then next week Wednesday, and the Wednesday after. It's a 4-part series. So as we close off this, we want to leave you on a positive note. I was out there on Saturday. Saturday we had a lot of bad weather, and we'll show you some of that bad weather in the second hour after the second call-in interview with the head of legal, the director of legal at the Ministry of Works and Transport. But we had a lot of bad weather, and despite the bad weather, Mr. Monroe was out delivering hampers in the Laventry Road area. And that is his community, that's his backyard. So I want to commend him for that initiative. I want to big him up for that, and everybody that played a part in it. All right, Harriet, Francis, we're going on morning. And we take it to that footage now, straight into the break. And then we will touch base with the head of legal, director of legal at the Ministry of Works and Transport about that demerit system that people seem to have a lot of questions about. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back after this. Taking Mr. Monroe's hamper drive.
This is the second hamper giveaway that Mr. Monroe is conducting. Of course, those of you who've been following the program, you'll remember just a few weeks ago, he had a hamper giveaway, a hamper drive by George Street, by the Trinidad All-Stars Panyard, All right, and he gave out a ton of hampers there to the people that are in need in the community. And what happened then is that how the system works is that in the days leading up to the hamper giveaway, or the weeks leading up to the hamper giveaway, people in the community, they go out and they search for the most needy, and then they submit the names. And those names are the people who receive the hampers. And the same was done here for Laventry Road. Okay? So we're going to take in some of the action. He's just handing it out to the residents in the area who are on the list. So let's go take it in. So we're here with Mr. Monroe, who has just conducted another hamper drive in the Laventry Road community. And, well, I know you living in the area. This is your area, all right? And you do George Street first, and now you come home, right? So how you guys went about figuring it out? Same list like last time?
Yes. We usually collect all the names of the people who are really in need, and I'm happy to do so. And this is the people around here, we live very closely. All the children took part in Swimming to Success, hundreds of them, you know. There's a few thousand children that most of all the children in the community qualified in swimming. And I really, in a time of this COVID time, you have to help. They say be a brother's keeper. And I thank God for blessing me that I can be able to bless others. Yeah. So from here, we go a little lower down Laventry to get another hamper drive. And then, for that matter, on the 25th of next month. Of July. Yes. I'll be back in Duke Street. I'm giving a dinner, barbecue dinner for all the people in the community. Wow. Yes. All right. Yeah. So let them feel like how I feel, happy and comfortable. So God bless them, and God bless you too, Synergy, for really following me. And you know the work that I've been doing all my life. I try to be my brother's keeper, more or less, and God have always blessed me, look out for me. And the more I give is the more I get.
Always.
Thank you.
Always.
Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
So we headed down to another location. So we headed to another location where we have some more hampers to give out this morning. It's Saturday morning, and whether rainfall, sunshine, it don't matter. You understand? The community work is being done by Mr. Monroe. So we headed down the road. We have a few more hampers to give away. So we are a little lower down the road on another part of Laventry Road. Remember, we had the giveaway a little higher up, and right now we are at Jamila's Kitchen, breakfast, lunch, served daily, and yes, they do catering. And we have Mr. Monroe here with the residents in the area that will receive their hamper today. And like I said, the weather has been less than fine, but getting the community work done is most important. So we'll take it to the giveaway with Mr. Monroe and the residents in the area. Okay, so we're here with Kavita, who's the owner of the establishment where the second hamper drive took place. So I just want to find out from you, I see you were helping Mr. Monroe hand out the hampers to the residents in the area. You know, what does that mean for the community?
It means a lot to the community on our behalf, because we have a lot of people who are affected by the COVID. And Mr. Monroe extended his hand and reached out and helped us. So we're extremely grateful for that.
Yeah, and I see you handing out hampers to many different people, women, men, different ages, children. I mean, how did you hook up with Mr. Monroe to have it here?
Well, Monroe is an old-time friend. Yes, an old-time friend. So he reached out and he said he wanted to assist and did what was happening and to get some people who would be in need, and I did that on his behalf.
All right, brilliant. So, well, I realized when we were doing the opening, when we came down here, I said Jamila's Kitchen. Yes. Right, so I said we're doing the drive at Jamila's Kitchen. Was I accurate?
Well, yeah, Jamila, that's my sister, so yes.
All right, so it's Jamila and Kavita.
Correct.
All right, nice, man. So they do catering as well. You want to give the number?
Yes, 330-6299.
All right, nice, man. We had to cater to everybody, you know, hamper giveaway, and of course, good food as well. So we want to thank Kavita for, of course, linking up with Mr. Monroe for the opportunity to conduct the hamper drive right here. And, you know, we look forward to July 25th, as Mr. Monroe mentioned a little earlier, where there's going to be a barbecue, I believe at George Street, where he'll be headed back to George Street to throw a barbecue for the people in the area as well. So it's not just about hampers, but it's also about providing, you know, for the vulnerable people in the communities. So we had to big him up for that. All right? So for us here at Laventry Road, Breaking Dawn, on behalf of Mr. Monroe, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Community work is very important, and help those that you could help while you can. So good morning and Breaking Dawn, we out here at Laventy Road by the Johnny Handsome Disco and Bar. And this is the second hamper giveaway.
Saddle Road, Santa Cruz and environs. Come on down. You're the next customers at The Price is Right. The Price is Right Vegetable Mart, located opposite Uncle Beddoes Hardware at the red edge of Saddle Road, carries a wide variety of produce, fresh fruits and vegetables filled with rich color, texture and flavor. In addition to the best local brands of products for your shopping delight, including several top brands of beverages to quench your thirst. They also carry toiletries, sanitizers, household and baby products, and much more. We also provide safe and secure parking. But that's not all. If you're looking for meat, you can get that right next door at Chop Suey. Whether it's beef, chicken, pork, lamb, fish, or shrimp, Chop Suey got a fresh cut for you. It's meat, fresh produce, top branded products, all waiting for you at the Price is Right Vegetable Mart, opposite Uncle Beddoes Hardware at the red edge of Saddle Road. Come on down.
Welcome to Dr. Love Rebirth Center for Herbal Solutions. Research suggests that you can build your immune system with our dietary supplement 30 ppm colloidal silver. Some people are spraying their face masks with Dr. Love's 30 ppm strength colloidal silver. Users of the herbal 100% safe eye drops claim it has done wonders for their cataracts. Studies have shown that the double barrel combination of L-arginine and L-citrine can clean your arteries and heart. We also carry a wide range of botanicals like hydrolyzed collagen, testosterone booster, ozonated olive oil, black seed oil, flashback, go-less, prostate protocol. Users of our dietary supplements are claiming that they have gotten relief. Contact Dr. Love for more product information. Become a distributor and earn extra income. Contact Dr. Love Rebirth Center at PTSD Terminal Mall, Quezze San Juan, and Tree City Mall. Call us on 366-4058 or 478-9222.
Hello, I am Zalisa Singh Lukhani, inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa. Our guests, authorities and strengths in their respective field, will discuss health, law, divorce, and much more social issues will be explored. Answers to your unanswered questions, call-in segments, and lots of giveaways. Right here on Synergy TV, weekdays from 10 a.m. with repeats at 3:30 p.m. daily.
Nabby's Medical Marketing, the one-stop shop for all your medical and surgical supplies, specializing in pharmaceutical, medical, and home healthcare supplies. Nationwide distributors to all pharmacies, private and public hospitals. Fully stocked showroom with a complete range of home healthcare products, wheelchairs, walkers, and even hospital beds. Sole distributors for the Cook Medical range of products, including in vitro fertilization products, invasive, as well as minimal invasive lines throughout the Caribbean. Nabby's Medical Marketing supplies all IV solutions and dialysis products. Also available, life support oxygen concentrators, nebulizers, and more. Exclusive at Nabby's, the new 6-in-1 mini lab, which can be used professionally or in the privacy of your home. Tests include glucose, total cholesterol, cholesterol HDL, cholesterol LDL, triglycerides, and hemoglobin. These machines are life-saving. Now at Nabby's, our latest addition is distributor for St. John's Medical, a complete range of first aid kits and essentials for your home, school, office, new parent, and more. Visit our showroom at number 5 through 6 Harris Street in QREC. Telephone 645-5577 or 662-7533. Nabby's Medical Marketing, the company with 40 years in the medical field.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
और बता क्या चल रहा है? फिलहाल हम खजूर खा रहे हैं। अरे लगता है बैकअप टीम आ गई। तुम रुको, हाँ हम आते हैं।
विक्रम?
यस।
विक्रम कौन मारा तुझे? छोड़ मेरे भाई को!
If anything happens to my brother, I'll kill both of you.
We are not two. We're not 100. We are a whole country.
तुम्हारे देश को उस दुनिया के नक्शे से मिटा दूंगा।
No one can stop me.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and as we return to the program, I have on the line the Director of Legal of the Ministry of Works and Transport. I want to thank the Minister himself for connecting me with Mr. Marvin Gonzalez, who's on the line. And last week, as you all know, I had a little encounter on the road, and it is the first time that I experienced the merit system, and I had an interaction with the police officer who was conducting the stop and everything. And I raised a few questions on it on Friday, okay? Now, I'm not raising questions saying that I shouldn't get a ticket. All right, I've already accepted that, okay, I was over the speed limit by 7 kilometers, but there are questions that pop into my head having experienced what I experienced. So we have Mr. Gonzalez on the line. I want to say good morning to him. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for having me. And good morning to your listeners and viewers.
All right, brilliant, man. Now, there are a few things I want to find out. And I think the population have a lot of questions, some of which you can answer, and I will connect with Brent Batson, who is the coordinator of road safety for the TTPS either after this interview or tomorrow morning, to get some questions from a policing perspective. But let's start off with the merit system itself and the purpose of the system.
Right. So we have to just go back a bit to the new fixed penalty ticketing system that unfortunately you had the pleasure or displeasure of experiencing, what was it, last week?
Yes.
Right. So we need to look at we need to examine the merit point system in the context of the reforms that we have made to the general traffic ticketing system in Trinidad and Tobago, which has been with us for well over 40 years when it was first introduced in Trinidad and Tobago and was never really updated or amended to treat with modern day circumstances. So if I'm to go back a bit, as I've said, the ticketing system has been with us for over 40 years. That's the old ticketing system. Right. And so much have changed over that period of time. So much so that because the legislation was not updated over that 40-year period, Trinidad and Tobago faced a situation where, and I'm quoting statistics here, between 2011 and 2014, all right, we had over 150,000 matters going before the court, primarily as a result of non-payment of fixed penalty tickets. Right? So according to the old law that we've now moved away from, if a driver is issued with a fixed penalty ticket and that driver doesn't pay that ticket, automatically that that is a matter that goes before a magistrate to be determined by a magistrate.
Okay.
So if people pay their ticket, it brings an end to the matter. Person pays their ticket, it brings an end to the matter, that is it. No, nothing goes before the court.
Okay.
But if a person does not pay their ticket, for every unpaid ticket results in a live matter being enlisted before a magistrate's court in one of the court districts around Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
So because of the number of persons not paying their tickets, the judicial system became overwhelmed.
Right.
All right, and a lot of resources from the court, the scarce resources of the court, the police, the traffic wardens, licensing officers, all geared towards attending to those matters, all right, on a daily basis. And police officers were hardly attending court, persons who were issued fixed penalty tickets, seldom attend court, and so the judicial system was becoming burdened as a result of that old ticketing system. So we need to come up with an explanation as to why persons were not paying a ticket. So we decided to do an in-depth research. And what we recognize is that the system as it was then was not encouraging people to have their tickets paid. All right? Why? Because if I'm to use an example, if you're living in Trinidad and you get a ticket in Tobago, the law requires you to go back to Tobago to pay that fixed penalty ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. If you get a ticket in Sangre Grande, and you're living in San Fernando, you have to go journey all the way back up to the court in Sangre Grande to pay that fixed penalty ticket. So people the system did not make it convenient for persons to pay their tickets. So therefore we recognize that a lot of people were not paying their tickets simply because there was no convenient way to pay your fixed penalty ticket. On the other hand, you had people realizing that the system was so overwhelmed and it was so overburdened that if you don't pay a ticket, it just wouldn't result in any consequence. So people understood that fairly well. So therefore, there was no penalty per se for persons to not pay their for persons who simply just did not pay their fixed penalty ticket.
Okay.
So we had situations where in 1 year, there were drivers being issued with 10, 20 fixed penalty tickets, and there was no consequence. They never bothered to pay.
Right.
So all of that was resulting in an overburdened judicial system. And so if I'm to just go back a bit to the statistics for last year, 2018 to 2019, you had about 163,000 filings in the magistrate's court. And out of that 163,000 filings in the magistrate's court, 120,000 of these matters were traffic matters.
Okay.
You understand? All again because of the old system coming out of the fixed penalty ticketing system, right?
Okay.
So we needed to make some changes to it. And what we did, we first made it easy and convenient for persons to now pay their fixed penalty ticket, not having to go to the court, but going to approved TT Post locations throughout Trinidad and Tobago to pay their ticket. And very soon, persons will be able to pay their tickets online.
Right.
So the system as it was, so we moved away from that old system to make it absolutely easy and convenient for persons to pay their fixed penalty tickets. All right,
okay.
We extended the period of time from 14 days to 30 days for persons to pay their fixed penalty ticket, because the rationale for this is to ensure that ticket matters do not end up before the courts simply because of a person not paying their fixed penalty ticket.
Okay.
This is part of part of a general transformation of the court system. Okay, and to make it more efficient, more convenient for persons. Yes.
Okay. Now, just on that point that you made there of making it easier in terms of instead of 14 days, 30 days. Now, let me just clear that up. And we spoke about this on the phone over the weekend, but just to make it clear to the population, because, okay, the population has a feeling that this is just a way, it's a money-making thing. Now, I know the minister and the ministry has said it's not a money-making thing. It's about training drivers into, driving properly on the road and obeying the laws of the road, right?
Right.
All right. Now, we have a certain mentality that has already been embedded in us as a people over time, over the 40 years that you spoke about. And let me just start with the payment situation.
Right.
So we're saying now 30 days, one payment, one transaction. Now I on Friday said, but you know, that's a shorter period because we used to get 3 months. You used to have at least 3 months until the matter would reach the court. Once you paid it off before that court date, you're good to go. And you were explaining to me. Well, you go ahead and explain it to the people. Let me explain the legal part of things. You go ahead and explain the legal part.
So the law as it was, the law that we moved away from, right, mandated that persons had 14 days to pay their fixed penalty ticket.
Right.
The new law extended that period of time to 30 days. All right? That 3 months timeline that you alluded to a short while ago had nothing to do with the law. It was the court putting administrative systems in place to deal with the volume of traffic ticket matters coming before it.
Okay.
So the court, according to the old law, if you don't pay a ticket within 14 days, the matter will be listed in the court for hearing within a 3-month timeline.
Right.
All right? So what the court did was to allow persons that period of time from the 14 days to the 3-month timeline to pay their ticket even up to the morning that the matter is going to be called. Right? Because the court was, again, as I said, grappling with the volume of matters coming before it. And so, therefore, their own internal administrative system, they were encouraging people to still pay even up to the morning that the matter is scheduled to be heard. Right? Yes. But that had nothing to do with the law.
Okay, now,
all right?
Now understanding that, and I understand that fully, right? Was it taken into was consideration taken of the financial situation of people? Because that leniency by the court, right, would have accommodated for people who would have needed the extra time to make the payment, being accommodated to do such, right? And it would have made it easier to make a payment of $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever the fine is. Because long have gone the days of $75 and $150 fines. Everything is $1,000 and up. Well, I see there are fines here, $450, $300, but in general, speeding and certain traffic offenses will carry $1,000 and up, right? So is that 30 days? Because failure to pay within the 30 days would now subject you to being
escalated sanction, which means escalated fine.
Right. So you'll be charged an interest as well.
Right. So let me explain. So we've given you 30 days to pay. We've extended the period from 14 to 30 days. All right. But remember, the new system is grappling with two things. We are trying to reduce the number of matters going before the court. All right. As well as we are trying to respond to the fact that persons simply will not pay their tickets because of that old system and the loopholes that existed in the old system, all right? And we've also decriminalized most of the traffic offenses into traffic violations. I'll explain that decriminalization process in a short while. Because what might appear to be very, some provisions that may appear to be very harsh, you would realize soon that they're not very harsh. They're quite beneficial to the citizen. So we've extended the period from 14 to 30 days, and if the person doesn't pay within the 30 days, right, you have an additional 14 days to pay the fine, but it is going to increase by 25%. So if the ticket is $1,000, you don't pay within the 30 days, it goes up by 25%, meaning that you have an additional 14 days to pay, it's about 14 or 15 days to pay $1,250.
$50, yes.
Right. If again the driver doesn't pay within that additional period of time, the fine goes up finally by another 25% with an additional 15 days. All right, and that not 15 days, 14 days. Sorry, with an additional 14 days, meaning that he or she would have to pay $1,500 with the additional timeline. All right. Right. Now the matter at the end of it, at the end of the last 14 days extension, if the ticket still remains unpaid, the matter will not go before the court, because the only instance in which a matter goes before the court for adjudication is if the driver files a notice requesting a court hearing within 15 days of the issuance of the fixed priority ticket. So, for example, in your case, you were issued a fixed priority ticket for speeding.
Right.
If you wish to contest the matter because you believe you were not, the police or officer was wrong in issuing you the fixed priority ticket, you can go to the contestdetaillawcourts.org and you can file a notice requesting a court hearing. The court is going to respond almost immediately, giving you a date within a week or so to appear before it.
Right.
So that you can contest the matter.
Just let me just jump in here just for the public's knowledge, right? Because one of the reasons why people may not have contested a ticket in the past is because I ain't able to go to court now, but as well just go and pay my ticket, right? Because of the court process being as well complicated and drawn out as it is. And then you have to take time off from work and so on and so forth. Now this 15-day period that you have to file the contest that you're contesting the ticket, how smooth of a process and how easy a process is that?
It's very smooth. I'll give you an example. There's a driver who filed a notice to contest his ticket at around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And the date he was given was 11 o'clock the day after.
Okay. So this is so going to file this application to contest. This is not going to cost you half a day.
It's not going to cost you anything, because you remember it is part of a general transformation of the court system.
Okay.
So you're going to get a date, you're going to get a time, you're going to get a location. And very soon the court is going to have those matters being dealt with virtually as well.
So that system is efficient to not...
It is very, very efficient, because you remember...
So people should feel a level of comfort to say, well, okay, if I feel that an injustice was dealt out to me, the process to contest this injustice is a smooth and efficient one.
It's smooth and efficient because the court is now in control of the scheduling of these matters. Okay. So for example, if you live in Central Trinidad, just using as an example, and you can go to Tunapuna. Tunapuna has a space for the matter to be dealt with tomorrow.
Yes.
You can get you appear before a court in Tunapuna. If in Shoguanas they have a space for the matter to be dealt with in the next 2 or 3 hours, you get that space in Shoguanas. You understand? Because there's a general court scheduling system that integrates all the courts around Trinidad and Tobago. So when you file a notice to contest, you get the earliest date within the proximity of your location to attend to that matter. So you move away from a system where the court system is very overburdened, and you go before the court, you're not too sure when the matter is going to be called, you're not too sure whether or not it's going to be adjourned, you're not too sure whether or not a police officer will attend court. So we moved away from that to a more efficient system, so that persons wishing to contest their ticket can rest assured that the matter will be dealt with expeditiously. So that's one of the benefits of the system. All right.
Now before time runs out on us, I wanna get to some of the
merit points.
Yes.
You know, but you realize we haven't touched the merit points as yet.
We haven't touched the merit points as yet.
So let me link the merit points to the new system.
Right.
So remember I alluded earlier on in my contribution, I told you that there are some drivers, who receive tickets within a short period of time, and numerous tickets within a short period of time, because they understood the loopholes in the system, right? So we are trying to encourage people not to get tickets in the first place. So when people talk about, this is a revenue generating measure, it is not. Because the demerit points discourages you from committing traffic violations. Because for every traffic violation that you commit, a traffic violation that carries demerit points will be placed on your driving record. Your behavior is going to be tracked by the allocation of demerit points. And when a driver reaches the legislative threshold, the driver's permit will be suspended for a period of time. You ensure that the driver participates in a rehabilitative program before they get back their driver's permit. Right. So that before they go back on our roads, the country can rest assured that this driver is now a rehabilitated driver, having participated in a driving rehabilitative program, would have redone their driving regulations, and hopefully will become a transformed and a better driver.
Now, just a few questions there. all right, on where you reach right there, right? Demerit points, first off, for the public's knowledge, how many demerit points are you, I don't want to say entitled to, but how many can you accumulate
before suspension?
In a year?
Well, so it makes a distinction between a newly licensed driver and an experienced driver. So a newly licensed driver is a person who would have been issued a driver's permit within a 1 year period. Okay. So according to the system, if a newly licensed driver accumulates 7 or more demerit points within a year, all right, that his driver's permit will be suspended for 6 months. With respect to an experienced driver, obviously will be a driver who has been issued with his driving permit for over a year, which I guess most of us, right? There's a threshold for suspension. So if that person or that driver accumulates 10 but less than 14 demerit points within a 3-year period, all right, the driver's permit will be suspended for 12 months. If within that same 3-year period, the driver accumulates 14 but less than 20 demerit points, within a 3-year period, the permit will be suspended for 1 year. And if within that same 3-year period, the driver accumulates more than 20 demerit points, the driver's permit will be suspended for 2 years.
For 2 years. Now,
yes.
While there are demerit points and consequences to driving bad, a lot of people want to know if there are any rewards for driving good and not accumulating any demerit points.
Of course, and the rewards obviously will be no demerit points will be placed in the driver's permit, and you will continue to enjoy your privilege to drive on the road.
Okay, now let's talk about the privilege of driving on the road. Now I was 7 kilometers over the limit, right? Let's just talk about the speeding aspect. Now I said on Friday, if our driver is 10, 15 kilometers over the limit, I have no problem with whatever consequences being dished out to them, because to be that much over the limit, and I know that if you go 2 kilometers over the minute, you're still over the limit, but to be that much over the limit is along the lines of being more reckless than maybe unattentive. Let me put it like that, okay? And I'll explain you why. Just grant me a few moments here. Now, initially on Friday, and I have to make this correction in your presence, because I don't want to take away from the merit system itself. I said that I could not understand why the same penalty would apply for somebody exceeding the speed limit by 5 kilometers and somebody exceeding the speed limit by 20 kilometers. However, I'll make that correction because I went and I reviewed the book. And I went and reviewed the book because I get it, I get it, so I had to go and review it. I had to go look, I had to go read. So just for the people to know, from 1 to 9 kilometers over the speed limit, you are fined $1,000 and 0 demerit points.
So you got no demerit points, I assume.
No demerit points.
Very good.
10 to 20 kilometers per hour, you are fined $1,500 and 2 demerit points.
Right.
21 to 30 kilometers per hour, $2,000 is the fine and 4 demerit points. And 31 kilometers or more over the limit, you will be fined $3,000 plus 6 demerit points. Now, I have no problem with that. Here is my problem. All right? In creating a system that could be a little people-friendly and accommodate for people who may make an error, because errors do occur and people aren't perfect. And if somebody goes 3 to 4 kilometers or maybe 5 kilometers over the speed limit, I was saying on Friday that, and I do not know, but I know, but I'll still put it to you, like if I don't know. I was saying that if we have a system where the police service has a computerized system in their vehicles, where when they take a driver's license, it goes into that system that the driver has been stopped. The driver has been stopped for a particular reason. If it is like 1 to 9 kilometers over the speed limit, because in driving and looking at my needle, if I'm driving at 90 kilometers and my foot is on that gas, and I am watching the road, I might be listening to the radio, I might get caught up in a little bacchanal going on the radio and all the things that go, I may not even notice when my foot even goes down on the accelerator, just a little But that little will carry that needle up gradually, slowly. Now, you may not, hold on, you may not, the driver now may not even feel that increase in speed. Now, understand my point, eh?
I'm understanding you clearly.
If I go over by 5 kilometers.
But you, just be careful what you say.
Okay. And I glance down,
you're going good,
I glance down and I see that I'm 5 kilometers over. And I ease off the X for the needle to go back down. But within that period of time,
you're caught.
I'm caught. I am saying, this is just my humble opinion, that a driver caught in a situation like that, all right, and that's nothing to do with me, I'm talking in general, would it not have been a little more accommodating to say, okay, license and insurance, enter it into the system, in the first instance, for 1 to 9 kilometers, you let the driver off with a warning, but on the second instance that you catch him driving 105, 106, it already documented in a system, because they ask the drivers and the license and insurance again, it comes up in the system, this driver was stopped and warned previously, so now, hold your $1,000 fine. But I just thought it was a little harsh to hit a driver on a first offense of just 1 to 9 kilometers over 100, a $1,000 fine. Now I say that with the understanding that there has to be, and I know you're going to hit me for 6 years, there has to be a lock-off point.
Of course there's a lock-off point.
All right.
There ought to be a lock-off point.
But was that warning, was
so,
a warning?
So what you're saying there, I understand what you're saying, but you know, the law is that you must drive within the speed limit. Right. And if a vehicle is driving over the speed limit, that obviously is a traffic violation being committed.
Okay.
All right? Now, police officers, law enforcement officers generally enjoy a discretion to issue or not issue a fixed penalty ticket or to issue a warning, as the case may be, depending on the circumstances of the offense or the traffic violation. All right? And that happens every day. I am pretty certain that the police do more warnings than issue fixed penalty tickets or charge people. I am pretty certain about that.
You're sounding like one for Officer Batson, boy, but go ahead, yes.
No, I'm pretty certain about that. Because, you see, the U-turn system is so integrated that at the traffic enforcement center at the currently licensing office, they can tell you, the center there can tell you the number of warnings that are issued to drivers on a daily basis, right? A lot of warnings where police officers stop them for all kinds of violations, and the police choose to issue a warning as opposed to a fixed penalty ticket. And in the same way, as you have explained, if a police officer catches a vehicle driving over the speed limit between 1 to 9 kilometers, he can issue a warning if he desires to, or he can issue a fixed penalty ticket if he believes that he should issue one. And that's the reason why we decided in drafting this U-turn policy to not impose the merit points for persons driving between 1 and 9 kilometers over the speed limit, because we recognize how easy it is for someone to be caught driving over the speed limit between 1 to 9.
Between 1 to 9, I mean, the margin of error is,
But remember, and Brent, whenever you get an opportunity to interview him, he might be able to explain that. So there's even the way all these speed guns are calibrated, there's a margin of error.
Okay.
All right. So I think it's about 2 or 3 kilometers. Brent, I don't want to say too much of about it, but Brent will be able to be me out on this. So when the technology captures a vehicle driving between 1 to 9 kilometers per hour, you perhaps can rest assured that the speed is actually more.
Okay, now, I'll get into that with Officer Batson tomorrow.
Okay.
But there are a few other legal things before we wrap up, because I'm all, like I say, but I have a ton of questions here. Just a few questions that maybe you could just elaborate on quickly and answer quickly for some of the public. There is in the booklet, they're saying that failure to bring your vehicle for inspection. Now, some people have called me and messaged me saying that they have vehicles that are souvenirs, and it's in their yard, it does not touch the road. Could you just clarify for them?
Right. So the law is that if you drive a vehicle, the law is not having a vehicle in your possession that is not inspected, especially the vehicle is not being used on the road, or the vehicle is being used as a souvenir, whatever reason you might have that vehicle parked up at your home or in a garage, as the case may be. The law requires that a vehicle over a particular age ought to be, if that vehicle to be driven on the road, the vehicle must comply with the law as it relates to inspection. Because at the end of the day, you want to ensure that that vehicle that is driving on the road is roadworthy, all right, and does not pose a danger to the driver himself or to other road users, pedestrians, etc. So if a person decides to drive a vehicle, that driver must ensure that that vehicle is complies with the law as it relates to inspection. But it does not apply to someone who decides to just have a vehicle as a souvenir. Yeah.
All right. The other thing, license office. Right? Now, I don't know if you could be able to answer this, but there's a lot of corruption that has been taking place at the license office for a very, very long period of time. A lot of the reasons why we have some of these incidents on the road is because people can just go down to the license office and buy a license. And I mean, people know this. So has that been rectified?
That is also being rectified. And you see, not only license
and the reason why I ask you this is because if you have accumulated X amount of points on your license and it's been suspended, and you have to go into a rehabilitation program, who will be running that program? Will it be license office?
No, it wouldn't be license office.
It will not be license office.
No, it will be an independent agency that will be doing that rehabilitation program, like Arrival Live or any of these agencies that are geared towards doing programs to ensure that our roads are safer. All right, so it is very independent of the licensing office. So
and coming back to the question, license office.
So yeah, coming back to the question of corruption within licensing, you would recognize, if you go on drivingtt.com, the number of ICT initiatives that have been deployed within licensing division over the last 3 or 4 years. All right, the reason why you had so many incidents of corruption at the licensing office, as in any other place in the public service that fails to embrace technology. All right. Once a system is heavily paper-based and heavily manual in its processes, it opens up a number of avenues for corrupt and unethical practice. And that is what we recognize happened within the licensing division over a period of time. We talk about 40 years and nothing being done over that period of time to improve our traffic ticketing system. It's the same way that we've done for licensing division. We have deployed a number of legislative technology where you can now go online to verify your driver's permit, whereas before you could not have done that. So you can go on drivingtt.com or go on the ministry's website and enter your driver's permit information. You can verify your driving data on your driver's permit online. You can do the same for your vehicle registration, the vehicle registration system. You can now book an appointment to go to licensing office to conduct transactions without having to go down there and pay a toll to jump the line or pay somebody some bribe to jump a line so that you can get out there as quickly as possible. Now there's an appointment system that you can now book on your appointment online, and you get down there at the appointed time and you get your service. Very, very soon there will be a number of other initiatives being deployed, heavily ICT in its nature, being deployed at the licensing division, and they are all geared towards ensuring that there's high accountability, high transparency, less interface with human beings, and therefore minimize the possibility of corruption within the licensing division. And we hope that this is duplicated throughout the entire public service, because what is going to happen, you reduce the number of or the opportunity for corrupt practices, as well as you improve efficiency, you improve transparency. And I'm very confident that given the fact that we have done a number of work over the last 3 to 4 years, 5 years within the licensing division, that stain of corruption, the cloud of corruption that hung over licensing division for all these years will be completely removed, and Trinidad and Tobago will have a licensing division that they can all be proud of. I am pretty confident of that, knowing the initiatives that are being rolled out, that we've rolled out over the last couple of years, and that we will continue to roll out within the coming months and coming years. So much so that we're going to have a mobile licensing bus that will go to rural communities. You understand? So that persons can go to the mobile bus, renew their driver's permit, renew their taxi driver's badges, do their exams without having to go to any of the established sites. Because again, we'll be able to do that because we have digitized the records of licensing division, and having now digitized all these records, you can now take licensing services throughout some of the rural communities around Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, now just one final question. Why the immediate demerit points for defects on vehicles? Because people have been saying, you know,
why what? Why what?
At any time.
Why what?
Why immediate demerits for defects on vehicles? Like a blown bulb?
A blown bulb, yeah, I understand that, and I know a number of people, talked about, why the need for that. You could be driving a vehicle and not aware that your bulb was blown, etc. Yeah. And I totally understand that. And again, I would depend on the discretion of
the police officer.
The police officer. You
so that's one for Officer Batson again.
That's one for Officer Batson. But remember too, it all gets back towards road safety. Because there are a lot of vehicles on our roads that carry defective lights, and the driver that is driving behind or in front doesn't get any indication that a vehicle is making a turn or looking to make a stop, as the case may be, which can result in an accident. So it all harkens back to the need to ensure that we have safer roads, safer driving practices. But at the end of the day, where a driver finds himself in a very unfortunate instance where he's not aware, or she's not aware, that a bulb has been blown, that explanation can be given. And if the police officer decides to issue a fixed penalty ticket, not having accepted the explanation, remember, you can always file a notice to contest, and you can explain that to a magistrate.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. I want to thank you for joining us, Mr. Gonzalez. There are a lot more. The RF chip. I will message you on the RF chip. The questions.
Okay. Yeah. We can have some. We can probably call me some other time, and we can talk more about that.
On the RF chip. All right. That's brilliant, man. I want to thank you for joining us, and of course, Telly Minister, he said thanks a lot for putting you on to us. And anything that comes up with traffic issues or anything illegal within the Ministry of Works and Transport, I'll be contacting you.
Feel free to touch base, and I'll be more than willing to come on your program and to explain so that people can understand. And I would encourage you and encourage citizens to visit drivingtt.com.
Okay.
We have all our information on a microsite. Where and if a person doesn't understand any of the information, they can send us a message, and I can guarantee them within 2 hours they will get a response from our operators.
All right, brilliant, man.
Drivingtt.com, right? Yeah, try it. Yeah, you can try it.
Thanks a lot.
Take care. All the best, and thank you very much for having me.
No problem. Anytime.
Okay, then. Take care. Yes.
So that is the Director of Legal at the Ministry of Works and Transport. We're a bit lengthy with him, but there's a lot to cover in this and a lot of concerns that people have. Now, he has given us more the legal standpoint and everything, but there is a human approach to these demerit points. As he said, in certain instances, they would leave that up to the discretion of the police officer. Now, we're going to have an interview with Brent Batson, who is the road safety coordinator for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and we're going to organize that interview tomorrow morning, okay? When we talk to Officer Batson, I will deal with demerits for defects on vehicles, if the accommodation could be made for people to get a period of time to fix it and show up at the police station before the fixed penalty is imposed on them, instead of just, sending people through that channel to contest. Because that, to me, the officer can make that decision on the spot, within their discretion. So to send people down the road to contest is more putting pressure on the legal system once again and backing it up. The RF chip, that is the license plate, the RF license plate that the Ministry of Works and Transport is moving towards. I'll find out more on that from Mr. Gonzalez. I will message him some of the questions that was put to me and get the response, and I'll come and I'll reveal those responses to you guys in the week or maybe by tomorrow. There are a few other questions that we have that Officer Batson will be able to address. Okay? So tomorrow we'll talk to Officer Batson, and whatever I didn't address today, I will address tomorrow. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, based on what you have just heard, you are welcome to message us at stvbreakingdawn at gmail.com, the email address. You can message your concerns there. I will put the public's concerns over to Officer Batson so that he knows, because Marvin, Mr. Gonzalez is the head of legal, but the officers are the ones that are out there on the road, and Officer Batson is the one that, has to deal with these officers who have to deal with you. So we'll take the human approach to things and the officers, the policing approach to things in terms of the demerit system and some leniency and the concerns of the public to Officer Batson come tomorrow. But stay tuned. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines and we'll get your thoughts and your comments on what you just heard. We'll be back after this.
July is here, but times have changed. The advent of COVID-19 brought with it a number of adjustments in the way we conduct ourselves. And in September, students prepare to head back to school after 6 months of being away. A major interruption in the learning process. But this year's challenges for back to school extend far beyond the usual. The economic landscape in many cases make it impossible for some parents to provide the most basic and necessary items for their child for back to school. So, for yet another year, the team at Synergy Entertainment Television introduces our Adopt a Student initiative. For the last 3 years, through our relationships with guidance counselors, social welfare, public assistants, principals, and teachers from across the country, we are able to identify not just the students in need of support and assistance, but those with a special spark, a drive to achieve despite their circumstances. This year, with the support of viewers, corporate sponsors, and other philanthropic individuals, we intend to provide 40 students from across the country with books, uniforms, and a personal tablet or laptop for back to school. As always, throughout the campaign, the focus is on the student and not their negative circumstance. We place special emphasis on their interests, ambitions, achievements, and goals, as our intention continues to be to ignite opportunities for growth and development rather than implement yet another charity drive. If you wish to support this initiative, then join with us. Adopt a student today. For details, contact us at 285-9036 extension 200 or email admin@synergytv.net. Adopt a student. Become a part of the solution by making an investment in change.
Planning an event? At Reality of a Dream, we have everything to make your event memorable. Corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings, providing you with top-of-the-line transportation and service on your special day with a beautiful Mercedes-Benz car and driver. Our venue includes a majestic entryway which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 persons dining and making way for the wonderful, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo. At Reality of a Dream, we have a must-experience modern bar facility where guests can sip and socialize. We have now included our brand new fully inclusive Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat where you can stay the night or weekend overlooking the entire area. We provide secured parking for guests, and the tables and chairs are included for all events. So call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue in San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Welcome to Dr. Love Rebirth Center for Herbal Solutions. Research suggests that you can build your immune system with our dietary supplement 30 ppm colloidal silver. Some people are spraying their face masks with Dr. Love's 30 ppm strength colloidal silver. Users of the herbal 100% safe eye drops claim it has done wonders for their cataracts. Studies have shown that the double barrel combination of L-arginine and L-citrine can clean your arteries and hands. We also carry a wide range of botanicals like hydrolyzed collagen, testosterone booster, ozonated olive oil, black seed oil, flashback, go-less, prostate protocol. Users of our dietary supplements are claiming that they have gotten relief. Contact Dr. Love for more product information. Become a distributor and earn extra income. Contact Dr. Love Rebirth Center at PTSD Terminal Mall, Quezay, San Juan, and Tree City Mall. Call us on 366-4058 or 478-9222.
Online reporting. New from the TTPS. Are you still prepared to stay silent? No. The TTPS is working hard to make the reporting of crime as easy, convenient, and worry-free as possible. You no longer have to visit a police station to make an official report. If you know of any suspicious or criminal activity, larceny, fraud, abuse of any kind, share the information on the TTPS app. But if you are the victim of a crime, visit our website and make an official report. Our officers will come to you. See something, say something. Let's work together to make Trinidad and Tobago a safer place, transforming the TTPS through technology.
At Green Dot, we're making it easier for you with the all-new G-Dot customer portal. Get 24/7 access to your account from all your smart devices. View your account status, see your active services and hardware, view your balance, pay your bills, set up recurring payments and more. Simply visit gd.tt today and register with your account number and email address to access this service. The all-new G-Dot customer portal. It's just one of the ways Green Dot is making it easier for you. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street at Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to Steamy Clean, a fresh new way to have your vehicle cleaned using 100% steam inside and outside. Located at number 141 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, Steamy Clean is ultra hygienic and the newest way to sanitize and keep your vehicle looking great. Eliminate odor, freshen upholstery, steam clean vents, remove bacteria and allergens. Steamy Clean uses only eco-friendly products, so have the child seat cleaned and protect baby from dust, germs and viruses. Steam clean and shine your vehicle's exterior or steam wash your engine. They also offer professional and reliable underwash services. It takes just 10 minutes for the exterior and another 10 minutes for the interior. Steamy Clean, the all-in-one car cleaning stop. Check them out at number 141 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Find them on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube or call 221-9274. The newest way to clean is now the best way to clean. Steamy Clean, open Sundays to Sundays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
All right, so welcome back. Now we have a few moments to take some calls from the public based on what you heard. Now, if you haven't reviewed it, go to drivingtt.com like Mr. Gonzalez said. Now, I've always said I'm here for information to be put out to the public. It's up to you, the general public, to decide if, you agree or disagree or whatever your position is on whatever the situation is. So 235-5325, 235-5325. We take some calls now, and I want to thank, of course, Mr. Gonzalez for his time this morning. The Bar Owners Association interim president, he had a lengthy interview this morning. So when I was trying to get on to him, he didn't come off yet. It went over the time. So I'll connect with him tomorrow and talk to him. All right, I'll still try to make that happen for the bar owners. Morning.
Good morning, Stephan.
Yes, Barakpo.
Stephan, the old ticket system, after the 14 days pass for paying the ticket, they just put a date on the ticket that if you need to contest it, you are required to attend to the court in that district where you committed the offense, right? Now you don't necessarily need to attain a lawyer or get legal counsel. You could go and contest that ticket on your own. With this system, anytime you need to contest a ticket, to file a complaint, you have to get legal counsel, which might cost the same or more than
You sure you have to get legal counsel?
Yeah, but how any ordinary citizen in this country could go on to the court and just file a complaint
No, I don't think you need legal counsel in Obarpo.
No, you might not need legal, but the process of filing the complaint to get it into the court, no normal, ordinary citizen who get a ticket know that process or know the whereabouts, how to get that process going. So unless it is something that is online, that you could pull out and say, hey, look, I'm contesting this. Once you need to file any legal matter into the court, it has to go through some sort of legal counsel by a lawyer, and from the time you walk into a lawyer office, you have to pay a substantial fee to attain or.
I will definitely find out on that. But
and this is why.
I think you could contest it without a lawyer.
No, you can contest it without a lawyer, but filing the complaint in the court to get the process
I know what
to be heard.
But I think
that is the problem.
I think it's a simple process. It's a simple process. You're just filing an application to contest.
Yeah.
That's all. It's nothing complicated. I don't think so.
Well, they had to lay out that process so the population will know what they have to do. They just cannot say, go and make a complaint, because I don't know how to go and make a complaint in the court. How much other people in the...
We'll find out that from Brent Batson tomorrow. Have no fear.
Okay then.
All right, brother. 235-5225. I'll take two quick ones before I wrap up. Two quick ones. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Yes, I want to get on the Stephan.
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Go ahead, right. When will they fix all these mash-up roads that breaking up people's car every day on a daily basis, right? And like Mr. Leon, when he wanted to meter the whole country, but the dams have no water, so what you're going to meter the people about?
Okay, I understand what you're saying with the roads. Now, you see, that issue with the roads is something that the minister himself, I think, should answer. I don't think Mr. Gonzalez, as the director of legal, dealing with the demerit system and putting that sort of system in place, could really speak to that, or we could hold him accountable to that. That's on the shoulders of the Minister of Works and Transport himself. Hello, good morning. Final caller this morning.
Hello, good morning, Stephan.
Yeah, morning.
Stephan, I would like you to understand what I'm saying properly, right?
Sure.
They're going to give you a ticket if you don't have your brake light is blown, right? But you now leave home and you're driving, going down the road, your brake light was working. And while you're driving, how could you know that this light bulb blew and you're going to get a ticket for it? How could you know that? You cannot know that.
I agree with you 100%.
Right.
And tomorrow when we have Officer Batson on, he will deal with it. Because like Mr. Gonzalez said, they set the system the way it is from a legal standpoint. But the police officers are the ones that have to use their discretion.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
We'll talk to Officer Batson tomorrow about that. Have no fear. All right? That interview with Officer Batson is already carded for tomorrow, because I told him I couldn't accommodate the three-way this morning. So what we'll do is we'll interview Mr. Gonzalez this morning. We'll interview Officer Batson tomorrow, because I think this is considering the amount of drivers and the amount of vehicles we have on the road and how many people are on the road on a daily basis, I think we need to have this discussion, because people need to know that this system is in place and how you deal with the system in terms of if you are found to be in a traffic violation, or whether it's a defective vehicle. Because I am definitely not for issuing demerit points to drivers with defects on their vehicle. I think they should be given the time, at least a week to 2 weeks, to have the problem rectified, and then go to the police station and have the officer inspect the vehicle to see that the problem was repaired, and then no fixed penalty. But failure to do so within that stipulated time that you're accommodated, then the fixed penalty should apply. So I agree with that. I agree that that defects should be dealt with differently. So we'll talk to Officer Batson about that and the discretion of the police officers in terms of that. We've got to wrap things up for today. Thanks for your calls, thanks for your comments, thanks to Mr. Marvin Gonzalez for his time, the Director of Legal at the Ministry of Works and Transport. Thanks to the Minister of Works and Transport for accommodating, and giving me the connection to get on to Mr. Gonzalez to accommodate the interview this morning, to get the information out to the public. And of course, we all will have questions that need answering as time goes on, and we'll see how best we could get those questions answered for you on Breaking Dawn. Tomorrow, Bar Owners Association, we didn't get in touch with him today, but we'll get in touch with him tomorrow, and we'll have Mr. Brent Batson on as well. So all of that coming at you tomorrow, and the new program on Wednesday. Look out for that from 8 a.m. Wednesday morning, the first installment, and of 4, which we'll give you more information on as the day goes along with the promo that's coming out. So until tomorrow, you all stay safe and obey the law. We out.